Comparing and interpreting. In this video, you'll learn how to create and critique graphical representations of collected data. If we're given a box plot representing a set of data, we can determine key features of that set. The endpoints will tell us our minimum and maximum. The line in the middle of the box will tell us our median, and the ends of the box will tell us our Q1 and Q3 values. So it's nice to know these values from a box plot, but it's also important to know what these values mean. So let's look at an example of what these values tell us. The box plot represents the distributions of speed in miles per hour of 100 cars as they pass through a busy intersection. The line on 8 represents our minimum, and this tells us that the slowest car that passed the intersection was going 8 miles per hour. The highest line on 44 tells us our maximum, and this tells us the fastest car that passed the intersection was going 45 miles per hour. The line in the middle of the box tells us the median, and this lets us know that half of the cars went through the intersection faster than 20 miles per hour, and half of the cars went slower than 20 miles per hour. The first line on 12 tells us our Q1 value, and that lets us know that about 1/4 of the cars going through the intersection were going 12 miles per hour or slower. And the end of the box tells us Q3. This says that about 1/4 of the cars going through the intersection were going 24 miles per hour or faster. So let's practice looking at some more data representations. The owner of a plant nursery wrote down the number of bushes on each bush. How many rose bushes are there in all? So we just need to count the number that each bar represents. So we see that the first blue line represents 7 bushes, the next one shows 1, and then we have 7, 4, 6, 3, 3, 4, 5, and 1. So to find the total rose bushes in all, we can just add them together. So we get an answer of 39 total rose bushes. Dr. Foley, a pediatrician, weighed all the children who've recently visited her office. How many children weighed 40 to 59 pounds? So we need to look for the bar graph that shows 40 to 59. This happens right here. And it looks like it goes across at 5, so there are 5 children who weigh 40 to 59 pounds. A statistics lab required students to draw cards numbered between 1 and 6 and track the results. How many students drew a number less than 2? Well, the only number drawn that is less than 2 is 1. So we see that there are 9 boxes, so that tells us 9 students drew a number less than 2. A soccer coach asked the members of her team how many times they played soccer last week. How many people played soccer more than 3 times? So more than 3 times we would want the numbers of 4, 5, and 6. So we have 0, and then we have 8, and then 9 X's. So to find how many people played more than 3 times, we'll just add the 0 plus 8 plus 9 to find out that 17 students played more than 3 times. So to recap what we've learned, representing data in groups helps us analyze and compare information more easily by making patterns, trends, and differences visually clear. This allows us to quickly draw conclusions and make decisions based on the data.